about this?
Possibly. And I'm sorry, but let's say Beyonce. Beyonce is a great example of this. I'm sorry,
you know, Kanye. Kanye's a perfect example of this.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like for Beyonce, let's go back to when Beyonce did the Black Panther thing. That was her moment of taking back her power, but she had to play the game in order to get there. You know, where she
what?
So we were talking about Beyonce and Black Panther. I'm confused.
Yeah, when she did the Super Bowl performance, and you know she paid homage to Black Panther, and then you know her fan base fractured at that time. But that was because beforehand, what was she doing? She was never standing up for herself in that way, because that was not something that she could do and then get to her level of success that she has. You know, she had to win them over first, and then she could say, okay, now I can make political stances. Now I can say this, that, and the other thing without not necessarily repercussion, but without worrying about the fact that my fan base has fractured, because I have enough to sustain me still. You know, I'm not going to lose all of my support.
I feel that. I feel like also, though, like you said, times are changing. I think even this just whole recent situation with Joe Biden lets people know that, you know, expectations now are different. You can't just say you're going to play the game and then change when you get on the inside. No, we need to see changes happen now.
Beforehand,
and I think the same thing is happening, well, maybe because we don't see it because we're not at those levels, but probably in business.
It is. They just got Weinstein up out of here.
That's true. You know, people are expecting more from you from the beginning, and they're noting your actions, and you cannot continue to just use and abuse or be cutthroat or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like now I think now it's more expected than ever that you treat people well in order to get ahead. They're looking if you're, because I guess it's like this now. It's so many people that can do your job no matter who you are. I don't have to deal with your nasty ass attitude.
Yeah.
I feel it is.
You see people about to drag Ellen ass out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's
friends with...
Oh, well, that too.
Wait, because of what?
Wait, it was two different
she was she was hanging out with George Bush. George W. Bush at a baseball game.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But also, I heard they said that she's mean as shit to her staff.
Really?
Who knew? Who'd have thought?
I mean, I wouldn't guess that.
And it's free information age. Everybody can tell their story.
Yeah.
The reason I would have a hard time believing that. I'm not.
Why?
It's because of the journey that she took between her story. Like, because, you know, Ellen was a woman who was on the rise until she came out. And then her career.
Okay.
But then that goes back to what Julian was just talking about.
Okay. And another thing I do say, though, is like, having been a manager, I was like, you know what? I understand now why people have like monster manager stories. But I'm like, but sometimes it's the employees that turn the manager into that monster. And I'm like, it's terrible to say.
Friends that become managers.
I can agree.
That's why I would never do management.
I thought I'd never be that kind of mean person. Not mean, but you know what I mean? But like, I want to be. Like, you're
right, but now you're presented with this ugly situation, and now you have to be the decisive person and stern, and everybody is not going to like your decisiveness and your sternness, and now you're
especially
quote unquote mean.
Yeah.
Shut up, Corey.
The mean. You remember? I know what you're talking about, Corey. What was it? The mean, the median, and the mode?
Yeah.
I do. I will say the managers that I respected the most were the ones that treated me the same, morning, noon, or night, good day, bad day. Like, I always knew what I was getting with them. So I could come to them with a problem, and I knew I was going to get the same curse out had I not had a problem. I think the ones that, you know, a lot of managers have a hard time between being the buddy and being the manager.
Because they have no meanness. They have, standard. Sometimes you just can't open that door. Like, when you are a leader, especially if you are not as old as the people you're leading.
Right. That's like the factor.
Go to that buddy shit. I hate to bring this up, but it's like that in jail. When you're a CO.
Oh, okay.
When you're
wait, aren't there all prisoners?
Being too buddy with inmates, and then when something happened and you got to do your job, shit gets messy.
Shut up, EJ.
It's any situation like that. So when I'm talking, like, for me, shut up, EJ. Shut up, nigga. So for me, it's like this. Okay, in my training as a director, my directing mentor, the first thing she said was, "You're the captain of the ship. If rehearsal's bad, it's because you came in there with bad energy. If rehearsal is smooth, it's because so you have to." So she said, "Any shit you're going through, you throw that away the moment you walk in because your energy is the energy for the rehearsal."
Right. You're setting the tone.
So I feel like as people our age, it is our job to, once we become leaders, make sure that we captain our ships. And I know it's tough sometimes talking about what Julian's saying, because sometimes the people you're working for, the people you're overseeing don't want to just fall. Sometimes people be like, "Oh, I'm glad you're the boss." It's cool. Some people aren't going to be that easy. So sometimes you have to play that role, but you don't have to become that role.
Mm.
Right.
So you mean that you could be in charge and not be extra hard on your friends, Duryea?
Just don't play from the beginning.
I'm directing you. I'm about to pull the best performance out of you. I'm fucking
any fucking way.
And you always enjoyed it.
Let me throw this at you guys.
That's why I do for color girls. What, Corey?
That's why you do for color girls.
Michael Jordan used to invite his competitors to dinner a night before the game.
Who?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He wasn't doing it because he was being friendly. He was bringing their defenses down.
It's reverse psychology.
When he got on the court, he just went out to dinner with them last night.
Right.
When he got on the court, he was trashing them. Because we can't hear all the shit talking when we watching TV that goes on between athletes. But my point is Michael Jordan is not known for being a nice guy.
He's an asshole.
But was he on top?
Yeah, he was on top.
That's not the
He was on top not because he was an asshole. Hold on, Duryea.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex. What were you saying, Alex?
I just said that's not the point. Him buttering them up at a dinner, it was to be strategic.
Yeah.
But that's the cut.
We're not trying to be strategic, though. If you're, as a manager, going out and hanging out with your coworkers or your underlings or whoever, I've gone out with managers before. They go out, we buy drinks, you kiki, you laugh it up, and then they have to be stern with you the next day. They weren't trying to go out with you to be strategic. They were genuinely looking to hang out and be buddy-buddy because they want to commiserate with you in that moment. That's a different situation.
A manager's not competing with their staff.
No, they're just hanging out with you.
So
the problem comes when you have to crack down on them, and then they want to reflect back on, "Oh, you were so nice to me." That's where
that was so
right. That's where it can be perceived as, I don't see it as cutthroat. I see it more as like fake. Like, just treat me as a co-worker all the time. If me and Michael Jordan had ever played basketball, he would extend me an invitation and I would say, "No, thank you. We are competitors."
Because there is
like, why are we eating before the game? Let's eat after.
Right. Sorry to cut you off. There's a response to both sides of that coin. Because I say that also to the people. Why are you going in there over there and playing with that person, being funny with that person? Because you know if they do a shakedown in here, your ass gonna be an inmate. That shit goes out the window. It's on both sides. You can't put yourself. It's not just the manager's job to make sure they don't get too close to the employees. It's the employee's job to remember that's my boss. And if it comes to me or their job, they're good.
That's their job. Yes.
EJ, you were trying to say something?
I forget.
You forgot it?
Oh, no.
You forgot it?
Come on, man. Folks.
Yeah, the fuck. It was some Michael Jordan something. I truly, y'all saw me smoking right before this. I don't know why you.